Now, I would invite my elite panelists one by one to share their thoughts on the session and summarize it quickly in 2 minutes so that everyone gets their last minute of information quickly. Okay, so I'll again start with Mr. Hardik.
Okay, so the gist of our webinar was an emphasis on the fact that you need to have a disciplined schedule, and you need to stay organized, because that's very valuable at the end of the day. Because if you're not organized, all you have is chaos, and more the chaos you have, more the difficulty it will be. I would just quickly add to it's an answer to one of the questions, because there are some questions anyway, but I'll not take it like stretch it long as an answer. One person asked about the impact of people who are marketing people who are actually trained, or they have obtained specialized training on interacting one-to-one. The idea is that you need to adapt digital opportunities. That could be interacting with your potential customers digitally. And I have seen many brands increasingly increasing their marketing presence via Instagram and other channels. For example, BMW, if you may notice, BMW has revamped their logo, and they explained what they are doing. They have also improved how they market their products. Particularly, I'm talking about BMW cars. BMW is not just about cars, it's beyond cars. But anyways, I'm just trying to help you understand that you need to adapt digital opportunities. For example, if you're a very small business, if you are just a proprietor shop, a grocery store or something, get on WhatsApp for Business. You can install it on your phone. You can use same number, if I'm not wrong, because I'm using the same number. I'm not sure what happens in the latest update of WhatsApp for Business, if you can have the same number or not. And you are ready to serve your customers. And you can post that number to your existing customers as well as new potential customers. And they'll find it easy to reach out to you. You'll find it easy because it will be like one single channel of communicating it will act like a funnel. All your customers, visiting you and you replying back to those customers. For example, a very interesting example is, irrespective of the lockdown, because this is happening before lockdown, my mother buys saris from private WhatsApp groups. So it's like a direct wholesaler. He has a WhatsApp group, he or she, I'm not sure. And they send you photos. The group simply keeps on piling up with photos, this type, that type sari, etc., etc. She chooses a sari with a code. He will say, okay, this is the sari, this is the cost, and whatever shipping, etc. We will agree. That's all you do. And everything is COD by default. So it's an interesting way to business, right? I mean, right now it's not possible because of lockdown. Physical goods, anything that requires delivery is affected. But again, the idea was that you need to stay organized, and you need to adapt to digital revolution or digital opportunities in whatever way you can. That's my take on being effective for work from home.
Okay. And so moving ahead with Rahul. Rahul, if you can share your thoughts, please.
Closing remarks. Yes. Stay healthy is the most important part of your life. It would be. But along with that, I always wanted to say this to everybody working from home at this moment, which you usually don't from the office. Make sure you prove your boss that you can work from home. See, the more better work you do, the more chances there will be for you to be able to work from home permanently in future. Or I hope this lockdown would, make companies sensible to shift their work culture remote. It gives amazing flexibility. It gives you the power to hire people around the world. You can hire literally from anywhere if your company is remote. That opens up the talent pool which you would never be able to gather in a single city. So the more quality work which you do during this time will, I hope, enable a lot of companies to move remote after the lockdown. So yes, just keep yourself healthy and make sure you do good work.
Okay, great. Fine. So I'll go to Prachi now. Prachi, can you share your thoughts, please?
This is the time of heavy lifting, heavy brain lifting thing, guys. So for me, I know there is something like latest technology and you have to keep yourself updated and everything. But for me, I read 2 heavy psychological books. I'm already done and I'm proud of it. And also I took up a course on algorithms, and I always wanted to do it, so I'm doing it on a daily basis. So there are these videos on YouTube, of course. So they are mild algorithms, but I always wanted to, there are times when you, as a developer, you want to go back and revise them. So finally I'm on that stage, so I'm enjoying it. So this is the time of heavy lifting, or heavy brain lifting. So do it, seriously do it. It's crazy, but then you're not driving in the traffic, you're not dealing with jealous and annoying colleagues, you are not dealing with any other people than your family. And by now your brain is so much adapted with your family, and they are adapted with you. Use your best time.
Great.
Sure, Prachi, sure, definitely. So, okay, I'm moving ahead with Madhav. Madhav, I would like to know your thoughts, please.
First of all, it's been a nice experience sharing my views with fellow panelists and other delegates, and also taking their feedback, which I think some of them maybe I can implement in my own work as well. So
Right.
as we discussed earlier, in work from home, the more disciplined we are, the more productive we can be. Many of us are still in that our own comfort zones. So the earlier we come out of it, more goals can be achieved. Now for people like who are startups, entrepreneurs, or people who are into marketing, I would say this is the best time you got to create more clients. So you have LinkedIn, you have HR personnel over there, just send them a message, talk to them, do a virtual meeting, and try to convert them into your clients. So when you go out of the lockdown, you don't have to start from scratch. You don't have to sit and think, ab kya karna? So by the time you come out, you have 10 clients who are ready to take your services, and your business is as usual. So how productive we use, that depends on that. I'll give one example. Like as a startup mentor, there are a couple of startups which I mentor. One of them is into HR, which is into HR recruitments, payroll, also into CSR recruitments. So we had to stop our training programs because of this lockdown. We were in the middle of it. And so there's no way we can do any training programs. There's no way we can do recruitments, no interviews, nothing. So we thought the best time to do two things. One, we set up half of our team in identifying new clients over LinkedIn. The team started sending mails to vice president HRs or manager HRs across India. And other team, what we do is and there are some HR personnel actually giving you business. They are telling you, we have so-and-so recruitment. So other team, what it does is, it is doing the recruitment online. We are screening candidates from Naukri databases. We are doing virtual interviews and everything. And if the HR is ready, we're also finishing the final one-to-one through web conference only. So there are 3-4, I think, positions which have closed only during lockdown without any physical meetings. So
Nice.
thing is, this is the time we got to create contingency and backup plans and be more creative. So it's like testing our limits, pushing our own limits. So once we do that, yes, definitely there are a lot of things we can achieve. And just to close it, there was one question which was discussed about sleep, how we maintain sleep and everything. So for them, I would recommend practice power naps.
Okay.
Power nap is something very powerful tool where you can have very good sleep of 8 hours in just few minutes.
Oh.
It takes time, but once you practice, it is possible.
Okay. Fine. I think everyone should definitely try it once. Okay. So last but not the least, Ms. Nitya, can I have your thoughts on this, please?
Sure. So yeah, again, I think this was really nice to hear about how everyone is dealing with this different points of view. For me, I think some of the main takeaways or what I would like to tell people is that different things work for different people. I think you've had the time, at least a little bit more than 14 days now, to know, to understand what are the things that make you feel low, what are the things that are refreshing you, what are the things that are making you more productive, less productive. So use this time also to reflect a little bit, to understand your own self and how you can improve. So for some people, improvements can be very tangible, like learning, doing courses. For some people, it can be just, achieving goals with more efficiency, whatever. So what I would like to say is that there are a lot of things there. As I also said, there's a lot of content online. There's a lot of things. So be mindful, see how you consume these things. Don't listen to fake news, of course. I have to say that. But, also take the positive things that social media and everything is giving you. See what works for you and just experiment. I mean, you don't have a better time now than to experiment, to see what works for you. Experiment, as Madhav said, to be creative, to see how you can really be better even at the smaller things that you do step by step. Because really you have time now where nobody's watching over your shoulders or micromanaging you, which sometimes could be the case when you have to meet people on a day-to-day basis, just by chance that you need to sort of keep updating each other or talk to each other, and that changes things. So yeah, I think that's my takeaway, that try to see what works for you and reflect.
Great thoughts, Nitya. I think, yes, we had really good information with us now, a little bit of organization, a little bit of time management and refreshing yourself and, taking care of sleep and taking care of household things and everything. I think all we can manage because we really have an extra time right now. So I think it's a great thing to be effective during your work from home. So I would like to thank to all of the participants who has participated here, and a big thank you to all of the panelists who has shared their important information with us. Thank you so much, guys.